Hello everybody. Today I'll be showing you guys the duels that I had with one of my subscribers here. Now during the first half of our duels he was using the crystal magic weapon, and I think he was using a thrusting sword almost every single match. Although he did switch out to some other weapons at times. And for me, this character is actually my strength build. He has 58 strength and about 40 endurance, and I think about 30 vitality. It's a decent build, but I find that he doesn't quite have enough vitality to keep up with everyone else. Later on, I think for the last few matches, I did put on the Mother's Mask. With the Mother's Mask, Ring of Favor and Protection, and 30-ish vitality, I had about 1.5k HP, so that's a decent amount. Not sure what the average is, but I'd say it's at least 1,200. For most people at least. And you always got your special build people that go like no defense and all offense. Yeah, it can be a risky but potentially powerful build. But anyways, here I'm fighting this guy. He seems to be using dexterous and magic weapons, so I would assume that he's like a dexterity and intelligence build. He has very minimal poise, but I believe he's wearing the Havel's gauntlets there. And yeah, he is using the Crest Shield there, although I never really used any magic attacks on him. Although later on throughout some of our matches here, I did use Crystal Magic Weapon myself. But on this character, I think I just barely have 25 intelligence. 25 intelligence is just the bare minimum which is needed to use Crystal Magic Weapon. Since I've been fighting more of my subscribers more often, I feel like I've become more relentless, so I really don't hold back and I fight them all out. But I wouldn't really say that I'm going tryhard mode. Usually I'm not, but you know, I'm still trying, so no excuses if I lose. It's all fun in games anyways, right? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so I'm off to a good start. I won the first 2 matches. Now he's got his crystal magic weapon on. I think that's the stock right there, and man, that is a deadly weapon to use crystal magic weapon on. That thing is like very quick, very powerful. But I still did alright against it. I believe during some of our last duels in this area here, he did really, you know, annihilate me with that stock and the crystal magic weapon. Just gotta be really careful of it, especially seeing that if you go head to head with someone, if you both do a dash attack, then the stock or any thrusting weapon will probably win, because that weapon has an insanely quick dash attack. Right here I sort of tricked him by backstepping then doing a jump attack. He was looking for a parry, but I denied him that. He was using sorceries quite a bit. Sorceries like the spear, the soul spear, but I managed to dodge all of them, as well as the homing soul mass. When I first started playing Dark Souls PvP, I really thought that all the slower weapons would be terrible for PvP, but now that I've used the Ultra Greatsword more and more often, I find that it's actually a really good weapon for PvP. Mostly because it attacks all around your character, and well, you can use this to play pretty defensively when the enemy wants to rush you for a back stab, back attack, back stab. Right. Well, anyways, here I get him cornered and he accidentally slid down here just to fall down to his own death. And I didn't think about it, but that actually did some damage. I nearly died myself. Clearly that was very accidental. He didn't mean to do that, but like I said, I cornered him. Just power of the Ultra Greatsword. Now, here he had done something that I have never seen anyone else do, but it's a pretty clever idea. He cast Homing Soul Mass there, then he did not face me directly, but he still went towards me with his back to me. And well, that Homing Soul Mass will only go at your enemy, target your enemy when you are facing him, so he tried to use that to sort of surprise attack me, I suppose. But that didn't work out so well. I think he did that several other times, and I think the third time he did it, it did hit me at least once. And well, that was the time that I was using the crush shield, which I sort of expected to block most of the damage. And it does block 80% of the damage, crush shield, but yeah, not sure. I don't remember if I had successfully blocked it or maybe I messed up on the dodge. So here I'm just taking his HP out, one hit at a time. My attacks are pretty powerful. Now here, oh man, he got a nice parry on me. Once again, so many people that I duel, they just love to predict my movements and parry me. Now this is the first match that I actually started to use the crystal magic weapon myself. Of course, I'm using the demon great machete here. One of the highest damage, I think it is the highest damage ultra great sword. It's really good. I forgot to check my weight. Obviously I was heavy, it's not good. Need to be medium, especially since I'm using the darkwood granary. He just barely hits me. He was just barely outside of my attack range. I don't know what he was doing there. Maybe trying to predict my movements. But I don't think that works as well when you're doing it with the soul spear there. Yeah, oh by the way, one of our only rule actually was no stun locking, I believe. Which I didn't really think much about it, because I usually just stun lock my enemies, you know, without thinking about it. Typically because my enemies have low poise, you know, they can be stun locked even easier. Of course not all of them have low poise. Probably most enemies have higher poise. But anyways, yeah, I stun locked him for a little while, but luckily for him, he knows how to get out of it. Knows how to get out of a stun lock. Don't remember if this sword is known for stun locking. It's been a while since I've used it. It's been a while since I've used a strength build character actually. But yeah, it's a really good sword. Although it is really slow, so it's one downside to it. It's the slowest sword of all the great, ultra great swords. So now I had him cornered there for a little bit. Kicked him away. Kicking your opponent away it's a very good idea. It gives you a chance to attack. With quicker weapons, it can even like give you a guaranteed hit. And he gets a backstab on me. Now we're both pretty low on HP, but I think he has even lower HP. He just keeps on barely dodging my attacks. Looks like he's looking for another parry. There was several times when he had used a sorcery, but I'd rolled close enough to him where I wouldn't be hit with it, and I could use that to my advantage. And it would seem to me that I got a dead angle on him right there, because it looked like he was blocking. Nice way to finish someone off with a dead angle. Now the great club here, this was like my first strength weapon. It's actually the weapon that I used the most on my first playthrough on the game, on this character. Which this is my only strength character, I believe. Never had any other strength character. All my other builds have mostly relied on like magic and elemental weapons. But I do have several characters, actually 2 dex characters and at least 1 strength character. I think I have more than 2 dex characters actually. But anyways, yeah, both fighting here. He has his really powerful stalk there. That thing is devastating. There, I predicted his sorcery and I got close enough to damage him. It's pretty slick. Now the roll attack with the great hammers, I think it's like the best attack for the great hammers. Otherwise all of the other great hammer attacks are really slow. And yeah, in my opinion that kind of goes for all the great hammers. Looks like he was kind of expecting to get stun locked there, but I don't remember any of the great hammers even being able to stun lock. Don't remember, I haven't actually tried all of them. So can't say that for sure. Now here, this is actually like the only other sword that he uses other than a thrusting sword, the Moonlight Greatsword right there. Yeah, it can be a pretty devastating sword, as it does have an S in intelligence and an S in the scaling. So now here we're both like one more hit till we die. And I just barely hit him with my dash attack. I got pretty lucky. Good game. They're all good games. Now here I was trying to use the barbed sword with the crystal magic weapon. This is what I used on this character during my Knight Kirk equipment showcase video. Which that's pretty old now, but yeah. It's been a while. I think I've only had like several equipment showcase videos on using this character. I would seem that's like some sort of katana, and his attacks are clearly quicker than mine. Alright, there we rolled into each other in the same direction like 3 times in a row. It's pretty funny. I was afraid he would attack because I knew I was the one who would be killed in one hit. Well, I'm pretty sure he could have lasted at least 1 hit, maybe not. But he takes me out with a quick dash attack. I was actually going for a dash attack at the same time, but his weapon is quicker than mine, and he prevailed. I got my grass crush shield to boost my stamina regen. On top of that, I also got that green blossom there. I think we both used 1 green blossom every match. I may have forgotten to use it a few matches, but I don't entirely remember. It would seem he's now using the grass crest shield as well. Don't know how long he's been using that. Man, look at that damage. Look at how much damage his stock plus crystal magic weapon does. It's insane. On this character right now, I currently have 1.3k HP. So yeah, it's quite some impressive damage. I guess that does about 400 to 500 damage per hit. That's an awfully quick weapon, and it has a decent amount of reach as well. It's quite a devastating weapon. And now he actually switched over to another character build, and he called this his Solaire build. So now he seems to be using some sort of faith build. Not sure of his other stats, but I'm pretty sure he has rather high HP, and I would assume he has a high amount of endurance as well. And of course he got his sunlight blade there, the miracle. I think after this match I realized that the barbed straight sword is not quite my best weapon, so I think I stopped using it after this. Trying to surprise him there, but I think when I first came in his world I already had that out and I kind of showed it, so perhaps it wasn't as much of a surprise as it could have been. Now I start using the Mother's Mask here, and I felt like I just needed a bit more HP. The Mother's Mask for me on this character gave me about 200 more HP. Yeah, sounds about right, I believe. I think during this match I really used the heavy attack to my advantage. He also seemed to be going for a parry quite a few times. Well, several times at least during this match. Once again, I'm using that heavy attack, and I actually followed with a normal attack. And his HP is very low. Don't know why I did that dash two-handed attack, but I didn't really get punished. And after that dash two-handed attack, I sort of remembered that the one-handed dash attack is much better, just in my opinion. Perhaps the two-handed dash attack has a bit more reach, but I like the one-handed better. There's also this random red phantom that kept on invading him. Don't know what he was doing exactly. He was just watching us the entire time. He wasn't really bothering us. Although he did kill me in the end in one match, but whatever. Now here he seemed to be a bit more wise against my Gravelord Greatsword here. Definitely played a bit more differently. Yeah, you can tell he's a lot more cautious. I almost got a parry there, but I was too late. Just got that partial parry. I think he was looking for a parry there. Out here I'm really low on stamina. I felt like he might rush me and hit me a few times, but nope. And man, he just parried me. I still did damage to him, but he got the parry on me. And now he's trying to hit me with this sunlight spear there. So he must be in the sunlight bro covenant then. That would make sense, as it is a solar build anyways. And he takes me out with a quick great combust. Very clever. And now once again we got that random red phantom in the background. Not sure what he was doing. Probably just looking for a match. Now I got my good old great club back out. Ready for action. Yeah, like I said, the roll attacks are like my favorite attacks with the great clubs. Actually with any great hammer. So you can tell he's trying to use his quick sword to his advantage, but surprise him with that roll attack there. He nearly parried me, but he got a backstab on me instead. Now my HP is about 30% or less, and I'm not sure what he was doing there, but I punished him. And I sort of forgot. Yeah, that was quite the overkill. Yeah, that was an unnecessary backstab that I did back there. And this is actually, honestly, like one of my favorite ultra great swords. I like this because it feels like it's quicker to me. And I also like the heavy attack of like all the ultra great swords. Nearly got a backstab on him right there. Yeah, that thrusting heavy attack, it's pretty slow and it has quite the recovery. But it's pretty good actually for such a powerful weapon. Barely miss each other right there. Both trying to hit each other with the maximum range of our weapons. I got him there with the roll attack. Roll attack from an ultra great sword. It's always a very quick surprise, very clever. And I did that thing with the jump attack, predicting his attack. And now I'm about at 30% HP once again, but we're at similar HP. My crystal magic weapon wore out, but that really doesn't matter because this is a strength build and I benefit primarily from the base damage of the weapon. Even if, especially if it's normal upgraded. But quite possibly, honestly, I think the elemental weapons may do even like more damage still. So yeah, we're about even in HP. Both looking for attack, and I get a roll BS on him to finish him off. So guys, thanks for watching. Goodbye.